That was insane, you guys. That was insane what was just going on. Let me tell you a story. First of all, welcome to the Monday afternoon build stream. We got a truss today from Mr. Just Right 1, Joel. Good old Joel. And we got a, I was going to say, we got a truss from Joel, and we got a truss from Signature Tips. It's Signature Tips and Joel. And they did this billet box insert bridge rather, and that's what we're going to build, and that's what we're going to do today. But let me tell you, let me start this off with a quick little story, okay? You mind a little bit of story time? I'm not going to be reading any articles. I started the stream, and the hold music was playing, as it does. You know, you've heard the hold music. You just heard it. And the hold music was playing from somewhere on my computer. And it's not coming from OBS, and I'm looking through all my Chrome tabs, and I'm going, where the hell is the stream right now? Because sometimes when I'm like sharing the stream initially, like on Twitter and Facebook and things like this, I'll open the windows. Like I'll have streams open in a few different places. And when the hold music started playing, it just started playing through my speakers, and I could not figure out where it was coming from. Every no Chrome tabs had it open. It was the Discord, you guys. It was the Yo-Yo Discord. I had it open and playing on the Discord. And so I finally found it. I finally shut it down. I was really worried that there was going to be like music playing and this big echo. It sent me into like panic attack mode. But that doesn't matter. None of that matters. I know. Hold music just from the ether, Joshua. It was just... it was crazy. Because you know how... I don't know if this happens to you guys. It happens to me all the time where I have like... 29 different Chrome tabs open, and I'll hear music playing or sounds or an ad or something. And I'm like swiping through tabs, like looking at the top for that little playing icon, that it's at the top of the tabs going, no, it's not that, not that, not that. Okay, swipe, not that, not that, not that, not that. Oh, okay, it was Facebook. You can pause it over there. Happens to me constantly, and it seems like it's happening a lot more right now. Anyway, is that the story of your life, Eagle Vapes? Fucking story of your life. All right, guys. Well, now that we're here and we got all that sorted out, this is the truss, baby. This is the truss. We're going to give a huge shout out to Bearded Viking Custom Mods out of Australia for the Stormtrooper device topper holder. But I would rather focus on the truss right now. And this is a little billet bridge made by Joel, Mr. Just Right 1, made by Signature Tips. You can see the big logo on this side. Tiny little logo. I like this truss logo, so we're gonna leave this one facing forward when we put it in the Boro Tank. But this is designed for a Boro Tank. It's a billet box bridge. There's other Boro devices out there, but I can't speak to them because I don't have them. I don't have any. So I know clock's running, pops. Clock's running. I spent too much time on that tab story. I did not need to spend that much time on the damn tab story. Hang on, I have to text this link to my friends. Maybe they'll show up. This one. How about we paste it into this text? Here's what I'm doing right now, gents. Anyway, that's another text group. So we're going to build this. We're going to do this. What you see on the bottom here, this right here, this is for liquid. These are liquid holes where your liquid is going to flow to your wicks. And if we take this part off of here, you can kind of get a look at the deck right there. And what you see going on way back here against the posts, those holes are the air flow holes. It's a little single coil banger. I've got a Breeze Tones Alien sitting right here because he wraps his on a 2.5 millimeter. And I felt like a 2.5 millimeter. Oh, Bearded Viking is in South Africa. That's right, Miller, man. You're right. I'm wrong. You're right. Dart Paul Frog, you're right. I'm wrong. Ian Thomas, yes, you're right. You're wrong. Did I say Southern Australia? South Africa. Bearded Viking Customs in South Africa. He makes these mod stands or these Addy stands, and they're great. I use them constantly. This is sitting right now on top of the 510. Just has a little 510 adapter screwy guy that's all super knurled out so we can attach it to mods. Otherwise, you just get this on the bottom, and that's going to touch, make contact on your billet box. But we need to take it off of this Addy stand for now. We need to attach it to a 510 because we need to actually put a build in this thing. We actually need to put a build in this thing. So like I said, I got some breeze tones, aliens. These are 5-wrap aliens, but I already added another wrap. Dude, Disco Potato, I'm pumped. So I already added another wrap to this so that they go in the correct direction. We're going to attach this today to one of these guys. This is that Voopoo Argus GT for building purposes and the such as. And don't worry, I'll move my camera. It's okay. This is all modular here. We can move this up. Yeah, see, perfect. We can make it crooked like a Batman villain if we wanted to. Try to keep it as straight as possible. Yeah, boosh. Maybe something like that. Yeah, you can see that pretty well right there. So I'm kind of worried to build this. I'm kind of really super nervous to build this. I'm nervous because, leaking is the eternal Boro Tank issue. Leaking is the eternal Boro Tank issue. With every bridge that I've had, you kind of always worry about leaking. But there's some flathead screws here at the top. Scissors, yeah, I'll need those. Some flathead screws right here that you can see when I turn them, they sort of open up. Those big slots right there. Opens up big slots on both sides. If I could get the notch, there it is. So we're going to open this pit up. We're going to take our build. We're going to, oh yeah, it just slides right in. Slides right in. Like no one would even know. Slides perfectly in. Now, this is at 2.5 millimeter. So I'm hoping that a 2.5 millimeter is going to be good. I've got some tips as well from Mr. Tony B about lifting the build up a little bit to get a little bit better of flavor so that you can get the airflow going kind of underneath your coils. I'm just going to lightly tighten that one down, lightly tighten that one down just to get it into place. Then we can crank them down a little bit. 2.5 millimeter, like I said, I'm just going to put this in here to kind of keep this in place. Sometimes on these single coil decks, they get a little bit squirrely on you, and it'll pull your coil kind of out of shape. It'll space it out a little bit too much. But we're not going to worry about that right now. We're going to worry about that. Okay, that's tightened. That is tightened down. Rate it. Rate that install. Come on, that's a perfect 10. That's a perfect 10 install right there. Are you kidding me? It looks like there's enough room in there. Like if you wanted to do a 3 millimeter, you could probably fit a 3 millimeter on there. This started off as a 5-wrap and then became a 6-wrap, 5.5, because I had to turn it over on itself so the leads go out in the opposite direction. Let me do this quick super chat here. Brian, what's going on, Brian? Hey, Nick, shot you an email. Hope all is well from VAPORZ Cloud. An email from VAPORZ Cloud? Psh, I'll take it. I'll take that email. Chances are it's going to be something super dope. I think that's a perfect 10 of an install. Let me get these leads off of here real quick. I'm going to try to cut these. Oh, shit, dude. You need to cut these close. Close. Wow, close. Holy close. I don't know if that's close enough. You definitely don't want, because there's that peak insulator right there, and that's kind of where your top cap's going to hit. And you don't want any leads or legs poking out that are going to hit the top cap and either short it or throw your resistance way off. There is a little click, kind of when you, why isn't this screwed all the way down on here? What am I doing? There is a little click when you kind of press this all together. Oh, that lead is in the way. That fucking lead is in the way. Son of a bitch. Wow, this might be a pre-clip your leads type of situation for this tank, for this particular bridge. See, the other one's good, but you here on the end, you suck. Holy shit. All right. Well, it snapped down, but I don't feel confident with those leads right there. Let's see if we can check the resistance on this. Get it glowing. Like I said, we're using the VAPORZ Argus GT. What does that resistance say? Yeah, 0.25. That should be about right. If these are a 0.12 in a dual coil, 0.15 makes a lot of sense, or 0.25 makes a lot of sense in a single coil. Let's turn this to like 19 watts. We're just going to glow, pulse, strum, glow, pulse, strum. Oh, shit. Did this chat freeze for anybody else? Damn. The chat froze for me. I'm sorry. Should be back to normal now. Whew. Sorry about that. I hate not keeping track of the chat. Pulse, strum. How many minutes are we in? Psh, we're almost halfway there. Strum, strum, pulse, strum, pulse. It's really just that easy. Glowing. Glowing flawlessly evenly. Look at that hot glowing action, man. That is some hot glowing action right there. And the resistance still reads a 0.25. Let's take it. Oh, it's still reading a 0.25. Let's take this off. It's still reading a 0.25. Is this adapter just adding a 0.25 of resistance to everything? Because that's really interesting. Let's see what this reads. Okay, no resistance. It was reading a 0.25 even though I took that off. Oh, it's reading a 0.36 now. That's actually better. Glowing. The first step has been done. Now we just have to worry about wicking, which is the part I'm really worried about. I'm really worried about the wicking in this. In a severe way, VAPORZ Cloud. In a severe way. I don't know. Anybody have any tips for me? I think I'm going to have to end up thinning out my wicks and tucking them because there's tiny little chambers right next to the airflow or right next to the juice flow, and the juice flow goes all the way through to the bottom. You can see through it. So it's not just the holes on top, it's the big hole on the bottom. I'm going to try to lift this coil up just a little bit as well. Just a little. Just needed a little elevation there. Still glowing right? Nope. Of course not, because you fucked with the coil, Nick. Okay, now, there we go. All right. I'm just going to wick this with cotton bacon prime. I'm going to wick it and do the best I can. Those legs, that leg severely frayed. I know. Not that one, the other one. This leg is severely frayed. Yeah, I'm going to try to clean that up. I have to. I have no choice. You got to clean up a frayed leg. I have a feeling it's still going to fire. Let me see if I can still glow it in here and without it fucking with the resistance. Same resistance. Nope. It's just firing on that. It's just firing on the top cap. It's just firing like crazy on that top cap. Son of a bitch. Well, I'm going to try to clean this up as best I can, man. I'm going to be pissed off if I can't get this vaping today. That's never happened in a build stream, damn it. It's not about to happen on my watch. I'm trying not to cut the peak insulator. That's worse. I made it worse. I made that worse somehow, man. What the hell? Now it's really frayed. Now there's wires hanging everywhere. This side still looks golden. This side I made worse. Juice flow, not airflow. Juice flow, not airflow. I know. Juice flow, not airflow. Just enough to cover the holes. Just enough to cover the holes. All right. Well, I'm going to try to take care of this fucking awfulness that's happening because I need to get this to glow. It's glowing all fucking weird now. I think I got it, though. Okay, I got it. It's glowing perfectly evenly, even with the top cap on. We took care of those frays. We took care of all those frays. I might even suggest clipping your leads before you install them in this. And there's been a few billet box bridges that I've come across that you need to do that with, because it requires you to cut them so tight, such tight tolerances in these little itty bitty tanks. You just got to cut them tight. It might be worth it just to pre-trim them. Pre-trim your leads. Let's see what we can do here. Just roll it through. That should be fine. Let's make it snug in there. Okay. Now we got some poofy cotton. I'm going to see like what I need to do. I'm going to cut these like a little bit long. I'm going to cut them like that. Do you think that's too much? Is that too much? Am I leaving too much cotton on there? Maybe on that one side. Let me correct it just a little bit like this. Now, to fray or not to fray? Do I comb them out or do I not comb them out? Turvert. Is that your name, Turvert? T-vert. I hope you have an answer for me. Love from Buffalo, New York. Let's get a quick fuck Cuomo for the flavor ban. Yeah. Should shout out to the reservations and Wet Vapes for keeping us going. Fuck yeah, shout out to the reservations and Wet Vapes for keeping you vapors going in New York. T-vert. Too much? Mr. Just Right One says that's too much cotton. I'm worried about the length. Kind of worried about it. All right, well, here's the thing. I'm going to take a little bit more off. I'm just going to trim this up just a little. I don't want to take too much off. That's really where my worry comes from. So I'm going to try to mic vapes this and flip it and set it in there, which is difficult to do. Okay, what do you think of this, Joel? I'm going to flip this around. You tell me. Boosh like that. That's how I'm feeling. That feels good to me. That felt good to me, plugging that in there. It wasn't too difficult. There wasn't really much resistance to it. I was able to see if we can do the same thing on this side. I'm definitely using the wrong tweezers, though. See, this side might be worse, Joel. I couldn't do a real good Mike Vapes flippy trick. Then I think this looks good. I think both sides actually ended up looking pretty good. I'll let Joel rate it. Joel's the only rating that matters right now. Joel wrote in chat, don't be just what? Don't be just cut it flush and only tuck in the first row of airflow. That doesn't make any sense to me, Mowgli Vapes. We're not talking about the airflow right now. Welcome to the build stream. I'm just kidding. I'm excited about this. I think this is going to be sick. This side went in real easy. This side took a little bit of pressure, but I got it and I put it in. I'm going to spread it out a little bit. There are 2 large holes already, like on the bottom of the juice. You see from the bottom? See those 2 large holes right there? And I got my wicks not clogging them up, you know. There's some space in there. There's some space in there. There's some space in there. So I'm going to try, I'm just going to apply a little bit of liquid and fire these coils. I'm going to be using a tobacco liquid today. In fact, here's your nicotine warning for the day. We're going to be using this. This is 6 milligram Cubano e-liquid from Vagad, who surprisingly aren't doing a PMTA. So there you go. What are you going to do? I'm as shocked as you are. Because I love this Cubano juice. I would have loved if they left this on the market a little bit longer. If we had access to this. Oh, yeah. Yeah, vapors. Fuck yeah, vapors are happening. So let's actually get this into a Boro tank now. How are we doing on time? Terrible. We're doing terrible on time. So the first thing that I'm going to do when I put this into a Boro tank is, okay, first of all, we're going to take this nicotine warning away because that's stupid. I like to get the top in there first, obviously, and I use this tool to help me do that. This chimney takes up the majority of room in your Boro tank right there. But I have this little tool from KVS, KVM, something like that. I guess I should give them proper credit. North Pole, designed by K&R. That's right, K&R Vapor. Kyler, best MTL bridge for the Boro tank compatible device. MTL bridge, the only MTL bridge I use is the Nautilus Mini. I just use Nautilus Mini coil heads. I have a Nautilus Mini coil head Boro tank over here on my desk. So I use this little tool. It helps. It helps save the O-rings, and it helps push this through. Almost. Damn, that was a close one. That was a close one. Okay, now let's see if we can do it. Yeah. Almost. Come on, Nick. You can do this. I know you can. There it is. So we got this through. And then what you got to do, you see, look at my dorky Apple Watch for a second. Wait, let's see what picture it is. Oh, it's a Haunted Mansion. Sorry, it's upside down. Let's check again. Maybe Frames Janklin will come up. Nope, that's a yo-yo. That's my old living room. Nope, that's me and Sean. I really want to see frames. Nope. All right, we're not going to see frames. That's okay. Then I'm going to drop this in here like so. Boosh along the bottom. Just to, place this in here correctly. We're going to start kind of sandwiching this together. Sandwich. Feel it going together. Flat. Press. It is in there. Sucka fish. Don't mind my fingernails. I tried to trim them for you guys. But it's in there. What I also love that Signature Tips kind of sent along was drip tip, these fastener guys, and there's a low pro one in here that I'm excited about. Are they 2 low pro ones? Oh, 2 low pros. Give me that 2 low pros. And drip tips and extra O-rings and the such as, and an AFC, and even a white button is in here. And if I knew how to replace a Billet Box button, I'd do that right now, but I don't know how. So we're going to use a white drip tip. We're going to use low pro threading. But first, we're going to fill this Boro tank up with liquid. 6 milligram. 6 milligram Vagad Cubano. That's just how I like it. People tell me that this one has a lot of airflow. I will be the judge of that. I'm interested to see how much airflow, because people told me like, oh, Kent told me that the Hakuzeta has so much airflow and that this other bridge has so much airflow. The Vape Shell has so much airflow. They don't. They're all super restricted. So we shall see. There's a bubble already happening in the truss. A bubble already happening. Unbelievable. So we're going to take our billet box. Boosh like that. We're going to drop it straight in. Boosh like that. This is really coming together. We're going to take the threads right here. Nobody even say it. Nobody even say check atomizer. We're going to use one of the included tools here. Boosh to screw this down. Although I'm old school and I still use a quarter. Because that's what they told me to use when I first got a billet box, was use a quarter. So that's all I've ever used on here. We're going to screw this down. Boosh till it's snug. Yeah, seems like it's snug to me. Want to see what it says on the screen when we press the button? Let's see. Check atomizer. Check atomizer. Check atomizer. That's what I was after. That's what I was looking for. Give me that check atomizer, baby. No, it'll fire now. It just wasn't screwed down enough. 0.16 is incorrect. It's got to be those... Oh, it's that fucking leg. It's that fucking leg. It's that leg. It's that leg. That's why it's misreading it. Oh my God, we're going to have to start over. I can see it happening in there. And now it's reading a 0.09. God damn it. We're going to have to start over. This is going to be a 2-hour build stream. And it's because of that fucking leg. I know, Josh. I know. Well, look, if you guys tough it out with me, I promise that this will be worth it. I'm going to have to go rinse this now. I'm going to have to go rinse this. I should have tested it with I tested it with no cotton and the cap on. I mean, you guys saw it happen. You guys saw it happen. All right, let's just hang on. Let's not jump to any conclusions here. What's the definition of insanity? Trying the same thing over and over again and expecting different results? I know. So much for 30 minutes or less. Look, I'll put some timestamps in this video. I can go, all right, well, the first 30 minutes of it is a waste. Stream actually starts at this time. Now it's just going to keep doing it. 0.1, 0.09. It's supposed to be a 0.25. I know it's because of those fucking legs that I didn't trim properly. All right. So, suck out the juice with the bottle. No, see, it's not going to be worth it for me to save this 4 mils of juice. That would make this build stream even longer somehow. Even longer. I know. Here's the thing. These are the clips. These are the clippers that I use. I feel like this should take care of them, right? They don't. All right, so look, give me a few minutes. Give me like 1 minute. Start over. I know. Look, we're going to start over, Josh. Fuck 30 minutes. 30 minutes went out the window 30 minutes ago. We're at 32 minutes right now, and that's insane. I want this to work, and look, I screwed it up. I checked the atomizer. Look, I know. I checked the atomizer. I checked the atomizer when it was on the Argus. That's when I checked the atomizer with the cap to make sure that the tolerances were good. And I pressed the cap on there and I watched it glow evenly. So I thought, perfect. Perfect. You guys felt like hanging out all afternoon? Shit, me too. Let me give you guys some hold music and I'll be right back. You can look at me precariously stacking things. Here's part 2. Who's ready for round 2? Who's still sticking around? Who's still sticking around for round 2? So I went and rinsed it. I'm gonna keep my wicks and my coil because I feel like this is fine. I just need to try to manage these leads. Okay? And that's the issue that I'm running into that is severely upsetting me. Just need to manage these leads. Because look, I can fire, 0.34. Yeah, it's perfect. Fires perfectly. Perfectly. Maybe the vape shears will help. But it's those leads. It's shorting out because the lead, yep. I can see it. I can see the little fibers. It's just shorting out. Now, if I put this cap on here, let me dry off this cap. We're going to test this. Make sure I do this correctly. Round 2. Here we go, Frankie. Ding, 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 ding. You need to read some of Joel's comments. He's giving good advice. I'm trying to see him. Joel, tag me. Install coil loose. Dent legs with clippers. Remove and trim closer. Install coil for real, yo. Here's the thing. No, I'm not going to do all that, Mowgli Vapes. We're going to take care of this problem at this stage. See, now it's firing fine. It's firing perfect. And it's still reading a 0.34. Why is it firing perfectly right now? Still reading the right resistance. No flashing, no hot spots, no nothing. But when I get it inside of a Boro tank, it starts getting all fucky on me. Was it really just that one little lead? Was it? Was it, Joel? I'm sorry. I have my glasses off and I have a hard time seeing the chat. You need to check if the bottom pick... What? You need to check if the bottom pick is tight. The bottom what? Try tightening the positive pin. See, I think that's going to mess it up even more. Yeah, they're tight as hell. They're super tight. Tight, tight, tight like Tico. I wonder if it's this. No, that can't be it. Okay, I want this going on the record as evidence that it works. I put this together. It's firing fine. It's firing fine. It's firing fine. It's firing great. Can I vape it like this? Yes. I'm vaping it as it is. And it's firing fine. Millerman, Chris, the liquid could be flooding the lead, causing a short. Just pull a single leg and snip clean. Okay. Know where it makes contact with the billet, that positive pin. Oh. That positive pin? You didn't snap it all the way down while testing it. It snapped all the way down. Oh, no, that is not snapped all the way down. Ho, ho. Good eye, Paul. Positive pin on the bottom. I know, Corey's just face palming so hard right now. You're right. It wasn't snapped all the way down. Man. See, look, I'm new here at Billet Box Land. Yeah, I might end up pulling a lead out, snipping it, putting it back in. And that's stupid. You should be working. You should be working. Now that it's completely down, it's reading. Nope, I saw a flash happen. I saw a flash on this side. It's got to be that lead. All right. So here's what I'm going to do. I appreciate all you guys' encouragement here. It's like, you know, it's like helping someone when they're really bad at video games. When you're like, you have to open the door on the sarcophagus first, put the stones into the markers. Second, here, you want me to help? Here, I'll help you get up there. And then you grab the controller from him and you're like, okay, from here, you go like that. See, I appreciate it. Okay, I'm going to unscrew this one. I'm going to unscrew this one. I'm going to try to not let this get too far out of whack. Nope. That's not going to work. It's just not going to work. Because when you screw this down, it kind of re-pulls your lead through it. Get this. Look, men have endured worse things than this. See, that one looks good to me right now. That one looks good. That one, they both look good to me. Does that look too frayed? That doesn't look too frayed. These both look good to me. Ensure that the cap is snapped down fully tight. That is a snapped down cap. Let's see what it does. Oh, it's reading it at 1 ohm? No, see, that's fucked. Many things to check before rebuilding. I know, look, Justin, I'm not just going to throw in the towel right now. Okay, I'm just resetting the resistance on this Argus. Snap the cap all the way down, Dakota. I thought it was. Okay, it's reading correctly. 0.32. I think it's going to vape. I'll check the bottom pin, PSS. I will. I'll check the positive pin on the bottom. So what have you guys been up to? What have you guys been doing? Holy shit. How do you even check this positive pin? I need something more to grab onto. Joel's probably just fucking spinning in his chair right now, just yelling at the screen. Going, what the fuck are you doing, GrimmGreen? You're ruining my baby. I'm like, I'm sorry. That's just how I roll. I like to fuck things up. Okay. I just like to fuck things up. This is a perfect example of I could have just done this correctly from the beginning, or I could have restarted like 15 minutes ago and we'd probably be vaping it right now, but I insist on like trying to justify my mistakes here and go, no, this will work eventually. This will work. Okay. I think we're at that stage. I think it's going to work. I think it's going to fucking work, dude. Okay. It is snapped down completely and thoroughly. We're going to read this resistance, 0.38. Give me some. Nope. Shorten out. Shorten out. Shorten out. Shorten out, shorten out. Shorten out every fucking time. So we're going to ruin this wicking. We're going to ruin my beautiful wicking that I did, which was working. That was the one part of this that was working. We're going to fucking pull this coil out. Come on, you mother trucker. Is this frustrating anybody else? Just watching me do this? I bet. I can tell. Come on, you dirty bastard. Get out of there. All right. Now let's pull this coil out. Let's trim the leads. Let's reinstall this coil. Let's take like fucking an hour and a half to do a billet box. Boro Tank. I bet you Tony B didn't have this much trouble. I bet you Tony B did it right away. Tony B can do it. Why can't you? Not Tony B. Okay, I'm going to take the tiniest trim off of both of these leads. I can see exactly where the screw hit, and I can see exactly what part was sticking out. So I'm taking just the tiniest amounts off before replacing this in here and screwing these down. And then we got to check it again. And if anybody's still watching this live stream, well, I sure do appreciate it. Oh, it helps, I guess, if you capture them under the screws. It's probably a good way to go. Yeah, see, it kind of pulls your lead. All right, that one's definitely good. That one's definitely good. Dude, rate that shit. Look how clean that is. That's proper, right, Joel? That's under there. Under with no fraying, no nothing. With no fraying, no nothing. So let's re-glow. Oh, perfectly evenly the first time. That's unbelievable, Nick Green. That's unbelievable. Perfectly evenly. It's a little off center, isn't it? It's a little off center, but GD, I don't care about that right now. We can center it. Work out that hot spot. Okay, it's a little bit more centered now. It's glowing perfectly evenly. I see my name lighting up in the chat. GrimmGreen, the liquid. Okay, no. GrimmGreen, you didn't snip it all the way down when testing it. Yeah, the first time I definitely did not. The positive on the bottom. I checked the positive on the bottom, Pam. Ensure the cap is fully snapped down. I will, Ian. Take the 510 adapter off and check the pin on the bottom. Yeah, I did. Oh, wait. Is my chat frozen again? This sometimes happens. Paul would bring this coil down a little bit. I've heard to get better flavor, you got to raise it up. That's just what I've heard. Lower it. Lower it? Really? Is that too high? Come on, don't tell me that that's too high. All right, tell me that the coil's too high. Tell me that the coil's too low. See, that's basically default. That's not raised up even at all. That's like stock. All right, let's look. We're going with it. Let me make sure that this glows. Okay, let's put the cap back on. Wherever the crap that ended up. Oh, here it is. Snapped down. Glowing perfectly. No hot spots, no hot legs, no hot nothing. We are on track now, okay? We've taken this bus, we've steered it in another direction, and now we're going to end up at our destination, which is finally to vape the... finally to vape this fucking truss, man. And here's the thing. I don't want this to reflect poorly on Joel or the truss because this is pure me. This is pure me doing this. It shouldn't take you this long. It just takes me this long. If you cut your leads properly, you won't have any problems, or you can act like me and fiddle with a broken, build for like 20 minutes. trying and keep saying, nope, this will work. Nope, this will work. Nope, it's not going to work, Nick. It's just not going to work. But now we got some cotton in there. So, you know, losing is half the battle. GrimmGreen, it's still higher than the posts. It's still higher than the posts. It's too high. There's no way. Is that really too high? I fired it and everything and it was fine. Oh yeah, I guess it is going to be too high. Are you kidding me? I don't think that's going to be too high. I think we're going to be okay. I really do believe. Where are my damn scissors? So again, gonna do it like that. Okay. That's a little bit shorter than before. All I do is eyeball. Gonna do it like that. How long is this stream going to end up being? Should we just try to marathon this? Should we turn this into like a 6 hour? It's like the truss bridge for Boro tanks. Oh, we're already going on an hour. 3 hours long. 4 hours long. Damn it, Nick. Just vape this thing. See, I'm going to have to do all my wicking up here. That's just the way this is going to go. I feel like I don't have enough cotton in here at all. But Joel said the other time was too much, you know. Oh, this should work okay. 5 hour long build stream. Welcome to the 24-hour build stream for the truss. I hope you've enjoyed your time here with me today. Someday, don't worry, we're actually going to vape it. Okay, wicked. Judge me, Joel. Does that look like a good wick job? I feel pretty confident about this. On all around, on all sides. I feel confident with the leads. I feel real confident with the wicking. I feel real confident with the leads this time. Shh, you guys. Yo-yo matching carpet. Just struggling. I know. You're like, if I click on this, there's no way he's still going to be live. Yeah. I am still going to be live. Less is more, he's telling me. All right. Well, there is less in there. There is some less in there. So now we're going to get to where we were a few minutes ago. And eventually... we're going to be able to vape this. So that goes in again, the correct way through the top. It's going to drop down in here. We're going to kind of start sandwiching it together. Sandwich it together. Make sure it's clicked. It is clicked. I'm going to press this down. We're going to do the thing. We're going to do. Let's fill it up with Cubano. Juice it. Oh, fucking juice it. God damn it, Jake. You are brilliant. You are brilliant. I appreciate the kind words, this guy gaming, but you're absolutely right. I need to juice this. I cannot believe I was about to do that, Jake. Where would I be without you, man? You just saved my life. You just saved my life. Literally saved my life. That would have been horrific. I would have tried to take a drag on it. Oh, you just saved my life. You prevented a dry puff situation, which according to medical researchers causes EVALI. You didn't know that? Every time you get a dry puff, you get an EVALI. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, PSS. Thank you, Millerman Chris. Millerman Chris, I appreciate you cheerleading me on like that. I mean, you're really a team player here. All right. Now it's clicked down. Now it's been juiced. Now I have liquid everywhere. But damn it, We're going to vape the truss. Who saw this stream going this long? Who could have possibly predicted? Other than it's a GrimmGreen build stream and fire it. But yeah, now after juice. No, look. Dakota. All right. I'm just going to fill this. If I have to waste juice, then I have to waste juice. And I'm okay with that. I won't fill it up all the way. Boom! Would you just look at that? Okay, now we're ready for like the real moment of truth where we put it inside the billet box. And we screw this in and we use a quarter. Because that's just the way I was raised with billet boxes, is to use a quarter. Disco Potato's already gone. She's like, fuck, you're boring. Get out of here. You know, it's whatever. I can sit here and practice. Like on Tuesday, Bro Tuesday, I practice talking about news streams. On Monday, I practice the vlog. And no matter what happens, it still fucks with you. All right, so it's giving me a check atomizer, which is fine. JK. All right. It's reading it. Look at that. 0.32. This is success. 0.32. Let's turn the wattage down just a little bit. I don't want to blow my face off. Which would never happen. I did get a check atomizer, but it is reading it. And I accidentally locked it. It's consistently reading it at a 0.32. 0.31, 0.32. Okay, so I'm going to set this to 32 watts. Cool. We are cool with that. Let's plug on the fancy Signature Tips drip tip. That looks pretty sick. Man, those O-rings are dry as balls. That drip tip looks pretty sick with the white panels. Okay, so it's got some pretty good airflow. Here we go, finally, Josh. Here we go, Joshua. This is just for Joshua. Let me put a nicotine warning up here. Hi. Holy crap, you guys. I can't believe we did it. It's almost an hour. In an hour or less, 60 watts or you don't vape. Come on, Chad. What do you think I want Stanton Glance to give me Ivali? Let's see how this first toot goes. Appreciate y'all sticking around. Great. It is great. That's honestly really super hyper nice. The flavor of this Cubano is tip top right now. Tip top in this. The airflow, you know, when people say that a Billet Box bridge is going to have a lot of airflow, it's never a lot of airflow. This might have a lot of airflow compared to other bridges, but this on its own, it's not like cloud chasey airflow. A Billet Box will always be restricted. But it's smooth. It's dispersing it. It's a little bit swooshy. The Cubano, the flavor on this is banging. The flavor on this thing is banging. This Cubano tastes delightful. Delightful and delicious. 6 milligram Cubano. Wicking seems to be holding up. I'm going to try to chain vape it a little bit here. Yeah, Wicking holding up nice. Flavor is remaining good every single time. Doesn't feel like it's about to go dry. Doesn't feel like I'm going to get a dry hit. And it's just cranking away. Here's what I would suggest. Persistency is the key, Chip. Persistency is the key. The airflow is some of the smoothest that I've had on a billet box, with maybe the Boxer V2 being a little bit, you know, smoother than this, just a little bit smoother than this. But it's holding up. One thing that I would suggest, learn from my mistakes, okay? Trim your leads ahead of time. Place them in there, bend them, and then trim them just back past to where they're going to hit the screw, but they're not going to hang out. You don't want any alien pieces dangling out there. You don't want any leads dangling out there, because it will short out hard on that top cap. It's a real precise fit and finish. Real precise. And so when you put that on there, there can't be any alien legs or anything hanging out. Adam Breeze tones. This coil is giving me a little bit of crackle, which I love. Really good flavor on this. Really dense. Nice and saturated. I feel like 34 watts even might be a little bit too much, man. I'm going to turn this down and take a longer drag. I'm going to turn this down to 31 watts and just take a longer drag. Oh, yeah. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Now, everyone tells me that you need to raise the coil to get better flavor. Wherever my coil is fine. I am getting great flavor. I don't know that you have a lot of room to raise your coil in this. I don't think you have a lot of room, because that top, you know, you saw it. That top comes down. I mean, that top comes down, right to the top of those posts. It's like right there. But the wicking is keeping up. The flavor is delicious. There's already some bubbles. You see the bubbles accumulating at the top. That means it's been wicking properly. It was the truss. It was the truss, and we finally did it. We finally did it. Don't forget to lower your coil. Look, there's no turning back now. Wherever that coil is, that's where this coil is. But I do like the crackle that I'm getting from your coils, Mr. Breeze Tones. Delightful. You can just take a big old long drag at 30 watts and get, look, it's fine amount of vapor. You're not cloud chasing. It's a good amount of vape, but the flavor, it is nice. It is nice and dense. I love this. I'm loving this thing right now. So thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. We did it. You know, persistence is the key. I had some trials. I had some tribulations. It's probably a good idea to rewatch this, you know, on a higher speed setting, like 1.5. Probably a good way to watch this video. But it is banging. It's banging right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wrap this up. Appreciate you being here, Joel, and watching me struggle. Appreciate everybody being here to watch me struggle. If you liked watching me struggle, hit that like button. It doesn't do much in the world of YouTube, but it does help me out a little bit. Is the chat frozen again? Is that chat frozen again? No, the chat's not frozen again. You're trying to make me paranoid now, aren't you? See, you're trying to make me paranoid now. Chat's not frozen. Kyler, Jake, yeah. Okay, I'll do it this way. Your coil might be too high. There you go. Yeah, I had to lower my coil down a little bit, and Jake finally with the juice it. Thank you for reminding me to juice it. Thank you for spending money just to remind me to not be a dumb shit. Appreciate that. Appreciate you guys being here. Joel especially. Loving this right now. I'm going to spend a bunch of time with this, and I'll probably do like a full banger review for it at some point after I've built a little bit. I want to try a 3mm coil in here. I appreciate all the help. I appreciate all of the helping me through dangle clacks. That's why we're here as a community, is to help each other. Okay? Booyah. Appreciate that. Appreciate you guys being here. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. Happy Halloween, everybody. I hope you have a good week. Don't forget to hit that like button. And one more time, just, thank you so much for hanging out with me despite all of the dangle clacks. Dangle clacks be damned. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up, you guys. I'll be back tomorrow for Tuesday Bro News Day with my new co-host, Danielle Jones. If you'll excuse me, I have about 8,000 vape studies to read. We're covering a bunch of topics tomorrow, and I'm really excited about it. Didn't even see one moderator in the chat, so I'm glad you guys all behaved. We need a Monday build stream moderator. I'm going to hand out some moderator badges tomorrow for the build stream. Maybe Jake Scrapwood, huh? I feel like you were on top of it today. You're helping me out. So if you hit that like button, that would help me out. I'm going to say goodbye. I'll see you guys tomorrow for Tuesday Bro Tuesday, or Tuesday Bro News Day rather. But in the meantime, vape in good health and be excellent to each other always. Peace out, guys.